Coming up on the DIZ Pod, we talk about the latest news for Tiana's Bayou Adventure, Steamboat Willie coming to Disneyland, and how the latest drama unfolded as we thought we lost our YouTube channel. All that coming up next on the DIZ Pod. I'm the goat of Disney. I eat everything. All right, everybody, it's Corey story time. So kick back, relax, put your feet up, and get ready to listen to this one. We're not just going to report Disney news and just talk about it. I mean, that's already been done a million times. But then again, we do love Disney news. We will talk about some. This is not your grandfather's Disney podcast. So I'm watching this new thing on Netflix. Let's talk about it. So Tammy has me running all over Disney World looking for this new Loungefly. Jillian loves China so much that if she was ever lost, she would need a tag on her shirt that says, "If lost, return me to China." Jacob's my dude. Jacob is my tech man. He makes me sound good. Well, here we go. Welcome to week 17 of the podcast. We are here in what I have just named this morning, Garage Studio 101. I mean, why not? I'm here in the garage again. It's becoming the most common place to record the podcast because it's like my big old studio, my own studio in private. I do have a setup in the house, but when it's earlier in the morning and Tammy's sleeping, we can't do that. But she's currently up and we're feeling much better this morning. The smiles are returning, and some of you will know what I'm talking about at this point, but currently in real time, I am recording this once again on a Saturday morning at 12:19 p.m., and we have been through some really stressful time in the last 48 hours now. And if anyone knows me, and I know myself, that I'm the kind of person that I want everything in my life to go forward. I want it to be perfect. And when everything's running well and it's a great day, it's a great week, it's a great month, there's nothing skewing. And even the littlest things, like I'm talking about if, I need to now call DirecTV because there's a billing issue, kind of throws me off for the day a little bit. That's probably a weakness of mine. It becomes a focus. I focus on what needs to be fixed for that day or whatever it is. And it can throw me off a bit and even tweak my mood, because I'm a really happy person and I like to be happy all the time, and things detract. But we have to be real. Life is not perfect and there are always obstacles and challenges. So I'm always trying to be better at that. And I think that I handled this situation a little bit better, but it was really tough to get through the last 48 hours. And what I can say right now, let's just start from the beginning. So I pull up to my next patient visit, as I'm a massage therapist, but this was for physical therapy because I'm a home care physical therapy specialist. And I pull up and I look at my phone and I'm just wanting to check my email quick before I go into the patient's home. I open up the email and I see my email, and all of a sudden it was like poof into smoke. The email disappeared. I was like, wait, what? Okay, maybe I'm by a lake. Okay, maybe the signal went out. But it defaulted to actually the channel email, which is livingindiz@gmail.com, which you can email us anytime for questions or anything like that. And so this happens, and I'm like, this is really weird. Okay, so I'm like, I'll have to address this later. Not that big of a deal. So I go into my patient's house, and I start treating my patient. I get an alert that my channel is gone. What? So I go over to my phone and I try to search the channel, and the channel is gone. Now my heart is beating out of my chest. This is something that is immediately devastating. And for anyone that doesn't understand that, it's not like we just decided 3 months ago to start a YouTube channel and boom, it's gone for some reason. This is 5 years of blood, sweat, and tears. And I am not really using any of those words loosely, although I don't know if blood happened. Yeah, there's been some blood that's happened at Disney, but lots of tears, lots of emotion, lots of stress. There's so many things that go on behind the scenes. And, and with even that aside, we were approaching 1,000 videos on this channel, 2 million views we already crossed, 11.5 thousand subscribers, and all of a sudden, poof, gone. Very, very hard to handle. So now I'm like, oh my gosh, I have only started work. I've got from 12 to 5 to finish work. And I've got this on my mind and tried to handle things in between. Patience. It really made for a tough day. It made for a longer day because I was later for my patients. And that is my personality. When something's wrong, I like to address it. But this is something that's really wrong. This is a big chunk of my life, a big chunk of my family's life. We eat, sleep, and breathe this channel. And of course, I do it a little bit more than anyone else in the family because everything you see on our channel on YouTube, everything with this podcast, everything that you listen or watch is touched by me 100%. I do it all. And it's been a huge part of my life for 5 years. I didn't totally plan on going down this path, but the path took me there, and wanted to create more and wanted to share more and wanted to build a website and all these other things. And so it takes time, and I'm a dedicated person. So I'm so dedicated to all this stuff. So when I come home from work, there's always something to do pertaining to this, can we say, franchise at this point? So for it to just go away was unbelievably devastating. So we're handling that, and I get home. I can't get home fast enough. And I tried to protect Tammy and not let her know what was going on because maybe we could fix this before I got home. And then finally I realized this is not going away anytime soon. So I need to let her know. And I texted her, and the family knew by the time I got home. And it was already a very somber atmosphere at home. There was it was like a level of someone passed away. That feeling, obviously not as intense and not as serious, but when you've had this baby in your life for 5 years and then it's gone, there's a level of mourning, and that maybe that's the word. I felt like we were all in mourning, but I had to stay strong and focused and not give up the fight. And I have to say, to get me through this time, the community, my small circle of people that I know and like in the community, and also made new friends throughout this, has been an incredible 48 hours on the positive side of that. I have to thank Josh from Resort TV 1. Josh and I have such a great, pure relationship. Trusting. Josh and I can shoot ideas off of each other. We share tech and advice and value each other's feedback after a live stream sometimes. And we have that kind of relationship. I reached out to my good friend Pete McDevitt, who is well entrenched in the community, and I knew he would be able to point me in the right direction first, and he did. He directed me over to Brian, formerly of Brian and Amanda, who had a YouTube channel, did very well. They lost their channel a year ago, And I kind of knew he knew that, so I figured maybe that's where he would point me in that direction. And within minutes, I was on the phone with Brian. And Brian was by my hip pretty much as I wanted him to be. From the moment it happened, all through the night, and all through the next afternoon and evening. And I mean, have you all ever just gone somewhere, taken a class, went to summer camp? I mean, I'm thinking of more of things of adults, though. You ever just like bond and click with somebody over a situation you've experienced or something, and you just click? There are certain people that I meet that I just click with. And I feel like I've known Brian for years now. I mean, we were up last night till like 1:15 in the morning, just talking channel stuff, shooting ideas, experiences, what our views are on this. What are your views when this happens? Have you ever done this? You know, if something positive has come out of it, I've made a good friend. Like, I have to say, we're good friends. You know, if you can ever make a friend that quickly, it is possible, you know. So who says Rose and oh gosh, I just went blank. Leonardo DiCaprio, you know, they became pretty good friends in a very short time. But yeah, for sure. And so much outpouring support from the entire, I can't say the entire, but from our viewers. I want to thank those from around the world that reached out to me publicly, privately, how devastated they were of the news, how much that their family and them watch us. It was just a great outpouring of emotion and concern and hope. And it's amazing how people can bond together when something happens. I mean, this was a crisis and in our world. And others. I mean, we touch people around the world, and nobody wants to hear this when there's something that you love or there's something that you count on. So that's where we were. I finally decided, I want to give a shout out to Kate O'Connor out in Ireland, because she reached out to me and said that this has been common with some YouTube channels. And also, and there's been some other people that have said that to me too, and thank you for reaching out for that. And she said, maybe you should ask your community to reach out to Twitter, which, believe it or not, is the best way to get customer service for YouTube. And she said, why don't you get your viewers to attack YouTube in a nice way, in a kind way, and just say, please bring this channel back. And I want to thank everyone that did that. And I'll go on social media and do the same and ask for, and thank you all, because that's immeasurable. That just brings our family, our community together even tighter. And I love you all so much for that. And when I say that, I'm speaking for Tammy and Jacob and Jill as well. That, yeah, I mean, words can't explain or express the gratitude we feel for the backing and support that we got. So if I move on to the final hours of last night, I came home ready to battle with YouTube, because their customer service couldn't be worse. It could not be worse. I mean, when you pay for a service, or you're a partner with a company, which we are officially a partner with YouTube, we are a business because the IRS says we're a business. When a YouTube channel reaches 1,000 subscribers, you are now a business. You are making revenue on ads, on super chats, memberships. You have to file at tax time. So you're a partner, and you're not treated with the most care that you could get. I am sorry. I have been saying this leading up to this recently, that if you are a tech company and you are of a certain level of business, that you should be required by law to have people reachable by phone. I really can't stand this day of technology where if you have an issue, you've got to wait for an email, or chat is okay, but that still can take a lot of work to get your point across. We need to be able to pick up the phone still and talk with people, because this is something that when this happened on Thursday, that we probably could have gotten this done within a couple of hours, and all the stress and years off my life could have been avoided. So our fight for 28 hours probably was more about finding the right people to talk to. And I did find a way for YouTube to call me, and they did. And after sifting through all of that, the girl was like, yeah, you're probably just going to have to start a new channel. What? What do you mean? Yeah, so here's the thing. I had two-factor authentication, and I keep putting an F in authentication. I should stop that. So if somebody signs in from somewhere, now I have had two other people have full access to our channel in the past, but it's still secure because it still has to come through me. So if someone's signing in from Texas because they're doing something for me, I get an alert on my phone that says someone's trying to, sign in from Texas. Is this you? Yes, it's fine. So that never came up for me when we got hacked. I can understand why it didn't. So for me trying to get in, it said my password had been changed. I know I didn't change it. So then I try another way of getting access to reset my password, and then it wants a security key. I'm like, I don't know what this is. Then it wanted backup codes. I'm like, I don't know what this is. Then it wanted a backup email, and I couldn't remember my backup email because that backup email, I wasn't even living in Florida when I set that up, I think I was living in Maine like 7-10 years ago. So because I couldn't answer any of those questions, they were just pretty much telling me that, oh yeah, you're just going to have to start a new channel. So I tried to make this a lesson for my kids where when you're fighting for something that is not your fault, or you are trying to get what you deserve, you might have to embellish things a little bit. You definitely have to get forceful. And I got forceful with her, but there's a way to put some sugar on that too. And maybe I can teach y'all something. I don't know. But I learned from a friend, like I would say 16 years ago, that the customer is always right to some degree. Because I always joke in my business, my customer, my patient is not always right. There's a lot to teach them. So, but anyway, in the most part, there's truth to that. So I approached it. I was ready to defend and spout off quickly. So when she told me that, it was over. Gloves came off, and I was like, you don't understand. This is my business. This is crippling. This is 5 years of work. We can't just say we're going to start over. It's impossible. It can't be done. And she's like, well, I says, there's got to be a supervisor. No, sir, there is not. What do you mean there's no supervisor? I'm like, I can hear you all in the background in the office. I'm like, are y'all running around at the same level with no supervision? I'm like, I want a supervisor. And as it turns out, the only way to get that supervisor was for her to send an email. And she said they'd call me back within about a minute or two. I gave into that because, at some point you have to realize, okay, I'm not going to get any further. So I waited. There was no call. In the meantime, I was hammering Twitter in the background all these hours to try to get through to them. And they would basically get a hold of you, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours later, then they'd respond to your response. Painful. So finally, they sent me a special form because they realized I wasn't getting in with all these prompts. I filled it out, and at that point, I reached out to another friend who had some very high connections in YouTube, and it gave me a little bit more sense of calm going to bed, knowing, okay, this sounds like if all else fails, she's going to be able to pull the strings to get this done for us. And so Tammy and I went to bed I think it was more of a release of stress where we just started talking. We cracked a few jokes. We were being a little bit silly. I think it was needed to break the tension. It was really needed. And so I'm like, if anyone has listened here, I've probably mentioned it, and I mention it on the live streams as well. We like to go to the movies on Sundays when there's a movie, that's worth checking out, or even half worth checking out, because we have a paid membership monthly. So I'm like, do you want to go see Fast and Furious 10? And I thought she'd say no, but she was like, yeah, okay, if Jacob does. So she starts going online on her phone and looking at seats, and we know the auditoriums that we like the best. So we're looking at that. What showtimes fit our criteria and which theaters are they? So we're looking at that, and I roll over to grab my phone to look at it, and I see that I got an email. So I click on it, and it was customer support that said, congratulations, we found out that your channel was hacked, and we will be restoring your channel as soon as you restore your email. So I actually had to do this. I did have a backup email. I knew I did. I just couldn't remember the entire email. And it was over on another system, not Gmail. So I went over there because the Gmail was asking for, it said it sent a code to the backup over at Yahoo. So I went to Yahoo and I couldn't reset it for free. So I had to contact a paid specialist. I said to Tammy, okay, what are we willing to pay here? I'm thinking 40, 50 will hurt a bit, but we got to do what we got to do to get this code. So I asked her what the cost would be, and she's like, $12.95. I'm like, done. So we went through the process. We got the email, and then that's when I realized this is not the email. I had two Yahoos. So I did remember the other one. I went through, I even remembered the password. So, and this was set years ago. So finally I got the code, the email was cleared, and what else? And now we're just waiting. In real time, we are waiting for the channel to come up, and the channel can come up at any time. And our current plans for the day, we had a great stream planned. I mean, and if you hear the air in the background, I'm just going to talk right through this today. And so I apologize for that, but it is so subtle you probably wouldn't even hear it if I didn't mention it. Depends on what you're listening to. So if I go on YouTube, I'll go on YouTube right now just to check live here and see what comes up. But it probably hasn't, because there are so many people that track our channel. I would have gotten a message here while we're recording. But we hit search, and we are not up yet. But it will come up soon, and that gives me great relief. Knowing that we'll be back, it just would have, I don't even want to talk about how devastating this would have been if it would not have come to fruition. So thanks for all the prayers. Thank you for all the support to everyone who backed us. And Living in Diz is back. And tonight we're just trying to decide if the channel comes back up at some point. It could be a surprise live stream. So that could happen. But we have the day planned with some great friends. We're going to Flying Fish. I really wanted to live stream that. Worst case scenario is we can vlog it and put it out. But the live stream, I think, would be so much more fun. Or we can just embrace the day with the family and just enjoy a day at Epcot on a rare Saturday, just knowing that it's going to be okay. So that is in detail what we went through. And again, thanks to my aforementioned friends in the community, Josh from Resort TV One, Florida Park Pass now, which is Brian from Brian and Amanda. And I just don't want to forget anybody. My friend Will had some things to offer. My friend Dana, the support from Lawrence checking in. Forgive me if I don't mention someone. My friend Aaron, who actually offered from our Disney World Fix to try to use his channel for the day. Just so much support. And again, if I forgot somebody, you are not forgotten. I just, there's so many to mention, and none of you are any less than the other. So appreciative. And yeah, that's how it went down. This article is worth mentioning. It was written on or published on Friday, May 19th, 2023. I am a huge Mickey fan. He is my favorite. And Mickey also debuted with Steamboat Willie. And, you know, sometimes I feel like Disneyland gets the better of the things. We want all the things over here. This is Walt Disney World, not land. World is bigger than land. So anyway, this article was written by Heather Concannon, and she is public relations manager of Disney Signature Experiences. And her title of this article is New Look at Steamboat Willie Splash Pad at the Villas at Disneyland Hotel. Mickey Mouse captured the heart of audiences everywhere in his nautical shenanigans in the iconic Walt Disney Animation Studio short, Steamboat Willie. Soon, you will be invited to join his zany steamboat journey in a brand new splash pad at the Villas at Disneyland Hotel, dedicated to the endearing creativity and adventurous spirit of everyone's favorite deckhand. Beginning on September 28th, 2023, which is Jillian's birthday, actually, guests staying at the exciting new Disney Vacation Club property will have the opportunity to bask in the California sun in the brand new Palette Pool area, an inviting oasis designed for relaxation and play. The new refreshing retreat includes the Palette Pool, Palm Breeze Bar, and a whimsical splash pad incorporating elements from Steamboat Willie. As you can see in this article in the pictures, in the brand new animation below, a large grayscale model inspired by the boat in Steamboat Willie will be helmed by none other than Mickey Mouse as it springs to life with imaginative water play features. From the boat's cascading waterfall, misty fog effects rising from the boat's funnels, and a variety of pop jets and fountains. Little ones are sure to have a splashtastic time. Guests will be able to soak up one more inspiration by taking a dip in the crystal clear palette-shaped pool, or by recharging in the rainbow glow of multicolored lounge areas in this mid-century modern hangout. And it does have that look, like it has that look of like, this could be the 50s, you know, with the orange beach chairs, you know, and not the coffee tables, but the little tables beside the chairs. Definitely has a 50s look, and you can see the Steamboat Willie kind of like the boat is cut in half, so it's like sitting on the splash pad. It is super cute. And guests can also enjoy refreshing drinks and snacks at the Palm Breeze Bar. This delightful outdoor venue will feature modern decor inspired by the imaginative artistry of Disney legend Mary Blair. If y'all don't know Mary Blair, she's responsible for, I believe, the way Small World looks, and she has a beautiful painting in the Contemporary here at Walt Disney World. So this actually goes on to say, you may recognize Mary Blair's quirky designs from the Timeless attraction. Yep, it's a Small World. I didn't even see that. Or the fanciful murals in the Grand Canyon Concourse at Disney's Contemporary Resort in Florida. Look at that. I didn't even say that, and I mentioned the two things. However, her unique styling and bold use of color influenced the artistry of so many Disney animation films, including some featured in the rooms at the villas at the Disneyland Hotel. DVC members and guests staying at the Disneyland Hotel will be able to experience these new amenities and other popular offerings, including restaurants, lounges, shops, and swimming pools. They will also be able to enjoy its ideal location just steps away from the excitement of Disneyland Park and Disney California Adventure Park. The villas at Disneyland Hotel will be the fourth tower at the award-winning Disneyland Hotel, offering more than 340 rooms and welcoming guests to a variety of villa-style themed accommodations featuring just-like-home amenities. Each room will showcase modern decor inspired by Disney animation classics such as The Jungle Book, Sleeping Beauty, The Princess and the Frog, Fantasia, and more. We cannot wait for your story to begin at the Villas at Disneyland Hotel when it opens on September 28th, 2023. DVC club sales for the Villas at Disneyland Hotel are available for all existing members and open to the public on May 30th. Existing DVC members can start making reservations for the brand new tower using their membership starting today. And you can go to DVC or DisneyVacationClub.com for more information and to get that rolling. And I would say with mild confidence that we just might be able to show this in 2025 is the working possible plan to go to Disneyland at this point, because again, we are investing all of our money into a very big trip next year with a big announcement coming sometime leading up to that. And this sounds amazing. It looks cute. It looks fun. And so, yeah. And I would also say, Claudia Anderson, your magical adventures await. Go to our website, livingindiz.com, and look up her information. And if you have any questions about this, please go over, look her up, and let her know that we sent you. And I guarantee soon we will have Claudia on to talk about different things. And if you want to ask Claudia questions, please feel free to email her, call her, from her contacts listed on our website. But you can also leave us questions here that I can ask her when she is on. I want to talk about some breaking news this week with Tiana's Bayou Adventure, because we're all looking forward to that so much. And I think we knew this already, but it says new details revealed about it. And that is that Mama Odie is to appear in Tiana's Bayou Adventure, plus more updates here. This article is written by Carmen Smith and was released on April 12th, Wednesday of this week. She's the Senior Vice President, Creative Development, Product and Content and Inclusive Strategies. The magic of the bayou is calling, so listen close because we're digging a little deeper. If you get that reference, right? Dig a little deeper. Find out who you are. Okay. So into the experience for guests can experience or expect from the future attraction coming to Disneyland Resort and Walt Disney World Resort, which is Tiana's Bayou Adventure. The enchantment of the bayou will illuminate with a celebration during Mardi Gras season hosted by Princess Tiana and Prince Naveen. And today, I'm thrilled to announce that Mama Odie will reprise her role as the catalyst to the magic. As depicted in this newly released rendering, Mama Odie jokes with guests along their journey after a special display of her magic. The 200-year-old Bayou fairy godmother, with her eccentric belongings and seeing eye snake Juju, is comically eccentric yet wise and all-knowing throughout the adventure. We're also delighted to announce that the legendary actress Jennifer Lewis, who starred as the voice of Mama Odie in Walt Disney Animation Studios' The Princess and the Frog, is once again returning for her role for the attraction. If Mama Odie is a catalyst to the magic, then Sharika Mahdi is the catalyst to the Imagineer's creation. The New Orleans artist and Yaya Arts Center alumna has inspired our work on the attraction with a local's perspective. As we bring our attention to Mama Odie and the important roles she plays in Tiana's story, I'd like to share the latest in a 4-part series commissioned to Sharika, a tribute to our wise and whimsical keeper of the bayou. So she's done some artwork, I think. Yes, and it has a lot of brush strokes. It's neat. It's neat Disney art. And they point that out in the article where they say, notice how the long, flowing brush strokes offer visual cues for the floating journey that lies ahead in Tiana's premiere attraction. Along with Princess and the Frog film, our team continues to use Sharika's latest piece as inspiration for how Mama Odie will appear throughout the attraction. You may see evidence of this in the resemblance of the images below depicting Mama Odie. Mama Odie joins a cast of friends, familiar and new. in Tiana's debut attraction. In December, we shared how a band of newly introduced critters will provide some of the soundtrack to your journey. In February, we shared the backstory behind the water tower that will punctuate the exterior. But what else is in store? Here's a sample of what to expect from this musical adventure. Brand new cast of original Disney characters with distinct names and personalities, dozens of entirely new audio and animatronic figures. Okay, that was something that made people unsure. Like, they're ripping out all kinds of animatronics at Splash Mountain. So what are we going to get this time? And what level of animatronics are we going to get? So this is saying dozens of entirely new audio animatronic figures, I should say. Adorable critters with incredible talent, bringing the diverse flavors of musical gumbo found in New Orleans. New, original music alongside favorite tunes from the film. Do you love beignets as much as you love Louis? Well, you're in luck, because the alluring scent of beignets being prepared for the party will be part of the attraction queue. Additional talent voices from the film reprising their roles, including Bruno Campos as Prince Naveen, Michael Leon Woolley as Louis, and the one and only Anika Noni Rose as Princess Tiana. Familiar faces from the film, such as Princess Tiana, Prince Naveen, Mama Odie, Louis, Eudora Charlotte, Big Daddy, the King and Queen of Maldonia, and Prince Ralphie. Tiana's adventure builds on the story of a princess, which is Princess Tiana, a character whose pride and perseverance reminds us of a universal truth. Within us lies the potential to make our dreams come true. This all-new adventure will bring Disney Parks guests into Princess Tiana's world like never before when the attraction opens in Disneyland Park and Disneyland Resort, as well as Magic Kingdom Park at Walt Disney World Resort in 2024. If you're about to start planning your next Disney vacation, book it with Your Magical Adventures Await. Claudia is creating Disney adventures worldwide. She can create a magical adventure to Walt Disney World, Florida, any Disney park worldwide, Disney Cruise Lines, Aulani Resort in Hawaii, and guided group vacations with Adventures by Disney. Also, she is a Universal Studios expert. If you book with her, her services are free. Disney pays her to help you create a seamless magical adventure. Her availability is really unmatched. You can contact her Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., Saturday and Sunday, 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Make your magical planner Claudia Inderson from Your Magical Adventures Await, 956-455-8049. You can also reach her on Instagram, Claudia Inderson, all one word. For more details, go to livingindiz.com to check out her ad there. Thinking about wanting to live near Disney? With over a decade of helping people find the home of their dreams, Victor is the perfect realtor of La Rosa Realty Horizons to help you find the home of your dreams. Go to DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com. That's DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com. So if you're interested to moving near the magic, once again, contact Victor Naraki at DisneyAtYourDoorstep.com and let him know that Living in Diz sent you. Let's hit up one more article on Disney Parks blog, and Disney PhotoPass Services unveils new artistic watercolor magic shots. This article was written on Tuesday, May 16th by Emily Southward, and she is a she's a communications specialist. Reads like this. We know how much you love Disney PhotoPass's services magic shots. So we've been exploring how to use this technology to expand these offerings in new and exciting ways. As a part of these efforts, we just launched a new watercolor magic shot that turns your photo into a painting while stylistically, removing other guests from the background so your friends and family are the focus. Wow. Tell me that's not a long time coming. Like, seriously, like, I never thought of that. Like, we can do that on our phones. This is magical. Wow. I'm looking at it and it's interesting. So what we're looking at here is I see a couple standing in front of the castle, and there's probably 20 people in the background walking around, and the side-by-side shot of it, they're standing there, and it changed the castle to look like watercolors. So it's fine. It's fine. I would also like to see Disney do this and just keep the original background, to be honest, is what I would like. But this is okay. If that's an option, it's okay. So that's kind of my view of that as I'm learning this while I read it. And if we go on with the article, this magic shot is available from Disney PhotoPass photographer stationed across from Partner's statue. If you see below for the exact location pinpoint, yeah, you just walk up to the Partner statue as you're coming up Main Street, and that's where they will do that. And they are available for a limited time between 9 a.m. to 2:30 only on that one. And this new magic shot is just one of many offered for Disney PhotoPass. So you could do one in front of Ratatouille, you can do one in front of Everest, but it's really far from Everest. It's to get, the entire mountain in the photo. There's one done on Hollywood Boulevard where it looks like you're on your toes and Mickey balloons are taking you off your feet. There's an Orange Bird one in front of Adventureland. There's one where Mickey sits beside you in front of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, but kind of on the other side of the rails. Like as you come up Hollywood Boulevard, you'd approach this green railing with some foliage on the other side, and then in the distance is Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. There's one where Groot bends over and you take a picture in front of the Guardians of the Galaxy ship. There's one as you enter Galaxy's Edge where it looks like Grogu is in his pod beside you. There's one that I don't know where this one is taken, but you could take it with an Encanto character, and there's one in Animal Kingdom in front of the Animal Kingdom sign in front of the entrance with Timon and Pumbaa, and there's that one that probably a lot of people know, or I definitely know of, in front of Haunted Mansion. Just as you enter the queue, you could take a picture with the Hitchhiking Ghosts, and there's one with Hey Hey, which is probably over in Animal Kingdom as well. So there's over 100 magic shots to try. So, and there's some that are in the distance where it starts in a close-up and then it pulls away. There are super zoom magic shots where it's already zoomed out. It's like your head is bigger and then your body gets smaller towards your feet. It's like you looking up to the sky and the camera shooting down. And there's one for every park. So those are pretty neat and pretty unique. Those are called the 360-degree tiny world magic shots. And those are pretty fun too. I took one of those once. So Disney's excited to share those with you and make those unique shots for your vacation or your visit to Disney parks, which is pretty cool. But yes, the idea of taking people out of the background is a really great idea. I would just like to see them do it without that being watercolors. That'll do it for another week of the DIZ Pod. Make sure you check us out on the Swell app. That's SWELL. We broadcast and drop 5-minute podcasts throughout the week, with the most consistent one being the post live stream walkout from wherever we live streamed during the week. And you can usually count on those within the next 30 minutes of going off the air. And again, we drop every Monday, 9 a.m., a full-length podcast right here where you're listening to, and we hope you continue to follow and enjoy. If you want to contribute in any way, you can do that right on Spotify with ad-free sponsorship. You can also check us out over at YouTube, our channel Living in Diz, and in the description of any video there, go to the live streams and the replays and click on those, and you will find links for becoming a DIZ Club member and also becoming a Patreon. There's so much to see over there. Check out our website, livingindiz.com. So many great things going on over there. You want to check that out. All you want and need to know about the members of the channel. You can sign up for our email list there so you're alerted anytime we have news. With an extended schedule of our live streams, it's a 3 live stream lineup. Those are typically updated every single Saturday morning. And please send us some questions. We'd love to read them on the air here at livingindiz@gmail.com. For Mushu, Jacob, Jillian, Tammy, I'm Corey from Living in Diz. Thank you so much for being dedicated to our family, our channel, our podcast. Thank you so much for allowing us to be your ticket to Disney, and we'll see you in the parks.